What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever. Girl, it's been a minute. It's been a second.
It's been a minute. Like, no, like, because all the shows are done. So y'all was getting us 3 times a week.
And now y'all getting
us. But not for long. Not for long, darlings. Not for long,
darlings. We're coming. So we are talking to you about the challenge episode 11 or whatever. We start this episode off, and Daddy Horacio just beat the fuck out of who he beat it? Kenny.
Very sad, very embarrassingly so.
Girl, I'm pulling up the pictures already. If you're a visual learner, the pictures will be up on the screen of the players who are in the game, the players who are kind of in the game, and the players who are not in the game. Mm-hmm. So, there you go.
Poor Mariah's team. This is so sad.
They was in the corner too. Nani next. I don't know. So Horacio won. Kenny was ill, and we started off this episode, and we see Nani and Casey were required.
We're paid.
They were paid to have a conversation about Kenny leaving. I guess they needed content for the beginning of the episode. So
Nani definitely was trying to gas Casey, saying, "Oh, Kenny, he's one of the most respected challenge people who's came out." It's like, girl, what are you talking about? No one knows this man. Be for real,
please. And you know what? I'm gonna be for real with them and skip the conversation. After this, Nelson and Nurys talk about how essentially no one told Nelson the plan. Nelson is upset about that, but I don't know why Nelson is upset about that, considering he's on a team with people who don't know him for real. Mm-hmm. We've been knew they didn't know. Well, they do know him. They don't
didn't give a fuck about him. And I mean, this is what happens when you play for other people. Now you're in a position where you have to be ran by them.
After that, but Nelson is essentially saying that Tori and Aneesa are snakes. He straight up said it.
And he did.
I
was like, oh,
man, I don't know.
So you peaked, but you were more worried about y'all were more worried about putting in Amber and Chauncey. Tommy, what was it? Tommy and Elise. Y'all were worried about Jam and Shell. Wrong bitches. You were at the wrong bitches. When you should have been putting in Aneesa and Jordan. When you should have been putting in Bonani. When you should have been putting in Tori and Devin. Nurys up here talking about I just feel like this love triangle with Tori and Devin is gonna get me in trouble. And it's like, well, maybe if you threw them in. Instead of Amber and Chauncey to go, you have no reason to have any beef with. But we moved.
We did move. So after this, Nurys
out the game. No shade. Look, I just have to say, I just want to make it very clear. I fucks with Nurys, but Amber is mother. And I'm sorry. There always has to be a mother.
Gonna cost ya.
I don't know if y'all been paying attention. I always have to have a mother to stand. I do. And anyone who goes against them, I'm just not gonna fuck with like that. Amber is that mother.
Nurys' daughter. That's okay.
I know. Honestly, Nurys gives stepmother. She does. She doesn't give daughter. She gives stepmother. I would love her if she didn't have beef with Amber. She would be mother. She would literally be. She has the potential of being a mother. She does.
However, against the queen, it's
gonna cost you.
Just
now it's fuck ya. I'm a yes, and these bitches is a bunch of nah. Okay. Okay, focus. 30 minutes.
So after that, Fessy talks to Johnny Bananas, and essentially he's like, yeah, I mean, for some reason, Mariah just wanted Jordan and she didn't want nobody else. And I was just like, damn, fuck it, I gotta run this bitch. I just gotta run my thing.
And it's like he's really bragging about how dumb essentially Mariah is. It's like, leave this girl alone. Like, Fessy don't give a damn about this girl at all. He don't even know her, which we'll get into. Like, it's really giving. Like, at first I was mad with Fessy. I was like, oh, Fessy don't. Like, he's so rude to this girl, but shit, I feel like this episode, they don't know each other.
You don't know her off the street. You don't know her from
this is one of his IG followers, girl.
In a quarter, like, I don't know. This is one of his IG followers. He put it on his story, on his private story.
Right.
You want to come? I don't know. So,
I honestly feel like that's what happened though. Like, because damn well MTV wasn't checking. They wasn't looking for baby pictures and shit like that. They was like, bring first person. And here come Mariah out of nowhere. Because who else was he gonna get for real? Because Casey was taken, and every other girl he didn't fuck and ducked. So who was he gonna get?
Oh shit! So, Fessy has a diary room, and he's basically like, no, Fessy has a diary room. Johnny has a diary room, and said Fessy played the fuck out of Mariah. After that, Fessy was like, yeah, Johnny. I mean, Nerese was eating it the fuck up. Nerese was eating it the fuck up on the mini final. Like, Nerese was eating it the fuck up on the mini final.
Yeah, but then it mentions that Nerese is the strongest girl on their side, and it's just like, sucks. But that Amber Napalm, I don't tell you.
I don't know what to tell you.
Karma's so nasty. I don't know what to tell you.
I just don't know what to tell you.
And not even on some who I like Amber, so fuck Nerese. It's honestly just like it wasn't smart. Like, you had power, and y'all were more focused on turning on your closest allies and actually getting out people that put you in this position today. But we moved.
Tori being one. Remember, Devin was being taught. Amber was making her.
That's the thing. What's so hilarious is that they literally was just like, they chose to nominate Banani. Nerese said, if we nominate Banani, I just want them to go in. Banani isn't necessarily going to win an elimination. These eliminations have not just been something that Banani can just beast at, unless they had help from people, which could have happened. But it's just like, take the opportunity to take those shots at those people. Like we were saying it, like Fessy had multiple daily wins. Nelson and Nerese had multiple daily wins. Jay and Michelle had 2 daily wins as well. We had Johnny and Raven at the beginning. If y'all had taken these people out, y'all wouldn't be in these dumbass positions. So it's hard for me to feel bad. It does. Because when you was in power, you were more pressed about Amber than getting to the money. And now you want to care about the money? I don't know. It's hard for me. It's hard. That's all I gotta say.
Mind you, Amber is still in running for the money.
With her ride or die, not in sequester with Kenny.
So after this, we get a montage of the couples. So we see Johnny and
Girl in these twin beds. MTV love a good twin bed. MTV love a good twin bed. I mean, and it's like they really cuddling in these beds. It's like, I mean, I don't know who's worse, production or them, because who's gonna cuddle in a twin ass bed?
I'm okay with cuddling if I'm in a relationship.
In a twin bed, you have to lay on top of each other. It's like, that's the point.
I have a fool. I don't have a queen or a king. I don't need a queen or a king. But in my fool, when I be cuddling, it's like, ooh, move. So I know.
So imagine in a twin, you have to be like this the whole time. Or somebody's falling off.
And I hate falling off the bed. The way I be pushing the fuck, move. Like that shit pisses me off. Why am I falling off? That shit pisses me off. Why am I falling off? Have you ever had to share a bed with somebody?
And you fall?
I hate sharing a bed with people. Please get the fuck out of my way. Like, I'm gonna cry. So after this, Amber talks to Mariah about essentially. I'm sorry. So Amber talks to Mariah.
Are you okay? Is this a traumatic response? Like, have you been traumatized by sharing beds?
I think so. You know how you block out traumatic memories? Maybe one of them is blocked out because I want to cry. But anyways, Amber is talking to Mariah. And Amber is basically like, these bitches keep coming for me, girl. I don't know what's wrong with them.
And then, and little the Amber, though, she was talking to her next goddamn enemy. Like, damn, Amber can't catch a break. Amber cannot catch a break. And I want you to put a pin in this conversation. Because Amber and Mariah are talking. It seems to me that they're pretty close. And essentially, we have a diary room. This is a diary room. Her in the confessional talking to the producers, not Amber. The producers. Mariah says that she likes Amber and she wants to work with her, even if Fessy and Amber had beef. So we sit here and Amber has a diary room. She's like, I like Mariah and we're so cool. And it's just like, you just gonna play in this girl's face.
Right in her face.
Right in her face.
Smiling.
Like,
giggling.
Like, oh my God, I hope Amber's okay. We need to check on Amber's mental health. Well, she got
to Amber.
She got a man. She got that man.
She has a man with a lot of. She has multiple men.
A bit stressful.
Within that one man. That's 2 men. Like, I don't know. So we get to the challenge after this or whatever. The challenge is trivia. They want to do something with the trivia. They don't want them to answer the trivia question. So the bitches are spinning.
They literally on this big ass wheel.
Spinning on the big ass wheel.
Together.
The other team is also spinning on the big
ass wheel. So probably had to be a big old wheel.
A big ass wheel. I mean, a hook rat wheel. Like, I don't know. So Mariah's team is the green team. So the green team do their little huddle. Devin is the spokesman again.
Mm-hmm.
And Devin is essentially like, ain't no strategy for this. Just don't answer wrong.
Preserve the team.
Good luck. Nerese has a diary room. She says, I'm A-okay at trivia. I do trivia at home. With my
fun.
Sister. For fun. For the
bitch.
Babe, this is for fun. This ain't nothing but nothing. Then Fessy teams gets in the order huddle. This is my thing about Fessy team. Like, Mariah not the leader, but I wasn't expecting much. Mm-mm. But on Fessy's team, why is Fessy not the leader?
It's hilarious that it goes straight to bananas. It just shows like Fessy wants to be this alpha, this big dude who think he running shit, and he actually doesn't. That's why he always has these insecure moments, like he was crying in Mariah's fucking boobs last episode about not feeling like he's in power, not feeling like he can take control, because you created this team, and every time we see this team talking, it's Bananas talking for y'all. You don't even like Bananas, and he is running all of the decisions that's happening. That's sad. That's very sad. Embarrassing, actually.
Very embarrassing. That was the word that I would use. Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. If I was Fessy, I'd be very embarrassed. Like, honestly.
I get embarrassment for him, and I'm not even him. I don't even know him. I'm embarrassed. I know he's embarrassed.
Like, imagine coming back to play season after season just to be someone's lapdog, be someone's bitch. Like, Bananas is treating them like
somebody that you don't even know. You're not even friends with him.
Like, Bananas is sunning the fuck out of them. Like, dead ass. And they don't even see it. Or they don't care. I don't know. I don't know if they don't see it and they just don't care. It seems like sometimes they do get upset and mad about them not having power, but I don't think they grasp the concept of why you don't have power. Banani could have been out. Both you niggas had 2 daily wins, did they not? Well, Mariah and Fessy's was the second one was a team division, but they had to win. So it's like still. But no, y'all was so scared. Y'all was so scared. Y'all the people y'all was scared of, you're on the team with. And now you're showing how scared you are because y'all not doing shit. Pussies. And I just want to say we've been said it. We've been
Glock. It wasn't none. After this, we get thwarted. So for the green team, which is Mariah's team, they're all spinning on the wheel. They go first. So the wheel is going to spin and land on the person who needs to answer the question. So it first lands on Amber.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, who is C-3PO's ride or die? Lee?
Well, we know from the episode in Google that it's R2-D2. I would not have got it at all. They was mad at her low-key. Who knows Star Wars for real? Like, I don't know Star Wars.
White people.
Oh. I definitely don't know it. So
because I don't even know it.
When they said C-3PO, I was like, okay, I just from my knowledge, all my years on this planet, I was like, okay, I'm assuming that's the gold robot. Mm-hmm. And I know his little friend is the little short robot. Mm-hmm. Didn't know his name. So I was like, at least I knew that, but I wouldn't have got this. I would have got it wrong. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
I also would have got it. I also would have got it wrong. Now, this next question.
Oh, Chauncey, so Chauncey just in the clouds. I mean, he is 22.
The orange team goes, which is Fessy's team. So the orange team goes, y'all, and it lands on Chauncey, which is cute because it landed on Amber and landed on Chauncey over there. And so Chauncey's question was, what is the last name of the 2 famous female sisters who are tennis players?
That last name of the superstar tennis players that range from Compton.
That's what I said. And from Compton. So, Lee?
It's obviously Williams.
Very obviously
Williams. And it's hilarious. I'm taking the notes, right, y'all? So sometimes I have to pause so I can get the information down and play. So when the question was asked, I was like, oh, Williams. So I'm writing the notes. I'm like, oh, of course Chauncey's going to get this easy-ass question. I'm writing that Chauncey gets it, that he gets a point. And then I press play. After play is pressed, this nigga does not get it. Like, I don't know. And at first I was like, should the black card be revoked? Like, something needs to be revoked. How do you know Venus is Serena Williams?
And that's when I told Lee, I was like, Lee, he's damn near, he's younger than us.
He's younger than us.
Which is surprising. You know, we've been watching reality TV forever. It's always old people. It's people older than us. People older than us. Now we're
finally starting people who are in
like
our age group
or younger.
And it's like, he looked like that at 22. Like, I need to do something in my life.
I need to do something quick, like fast. Like that man.
But
fast.
Chelsea did not know Williams. Like, what the hell?
I don't know where he's from, but he said he's from Boston.
And that's ain't got shit to do with it. You don't know.
He said, I'm not from Compton. I'm from Boston. Hey, that wasn't the point. That was the most irrelevant part of the question.
It really was. I didn't know it was from Compton. I know it's Venice. I heard tennis and immediately
alone.
When I
alone.
But that's why I feel like as a black person, he needs his car revoked. Because I feel like most black people, when you hear tennis, we gonna say Venus and Serena.
That's the only bitch I know from tennis.
Just like if you ask a black person about golf, who they gonna say?
Tiger Woods.
That's the only nigga I know from that sport. I don't know, Chauncey. You gotta come on.
And fast. Please. Damn. That shit pissed me off. So after this, because we don't have Puss in Boots promo this episode, we had to fill it with something else. So they do a segment of TJ having an evil laugh during.
That's the thing. Though, TJ stay laughing at them. Like he really gets enjoyment out of seeing them suffer.
Oh shit. As he should. Me too. Next, we get a green team go. They go again. That's Mariah team. We land on Horacio. Now, and this was a tough conversation for me and Lee because I wasn't getting it. So the question is, well, actually, I don't know the question. Well, I know the question. But
I know the question. I got you.
Okay.
What is the name of the famous American couple that traveled across the U.S. robbing banks? Now, the answer is Bonnie and Clyde for the girls who don't know. Because we try to play along. When I heard the question, I couldn't think of the answer. So honestly, I don't think I would have got it in the time because it was like a tip of the tongue type thing, but I couldn't think of it. But it is Bonnie and Clyde, and Horatio timed out. Horatio did not know it either. And I was just like, honestly, I feel like maybe it's because I feel like if you have a little bit more ethnic in your background, if you come from a household that's probably not necessarily,
white-centered,
like born in the U.S., I don't think you're gonna know who Bonnie and Clyde actually is. Because I feel like the folklore, the folk tale, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know if it's
real
or not. It's real? Oh, it's real? I feel like it's kind of like, it's in media. It's in media that's not probably reached everywhere, but I don't know though, because you also have Jay-Z and Beyonce literally got a song called Bonnie and Clyde. So it's like, it depends on where the spectrum you are, but I just like, Horatio not knowing it, I felt like I could see that.
You know what else? I was telling Lee, I was like, my whole family knows this stuff, but get this, they were from Texas. I'm born in Texas.
Bonnie and Clyde from Texas. Okay, see, I wasn't
Dallas.
I wasn't born from Texas.
So it is a Texas thing. I feel like more so to know, and I'm just now thinking about it because when I'm telling him, I was like, doesn't everybody know that my sister, my brother? It's real, bitch.
I thought that was like a folklore or something.
And fun fact, this is not a fun fact. This bitch is a literal murderer. But Bonnie and me got the same birthday. Shout out to a queen, mother maybe. No, I'm kidding. But yes. He didn't know it, got it wrong, but he's also young. It's also like an older people thing, similar to this next question. So old Johnny gets a question for the orange team, and the question is, what's the question?
What is the name of the famous ride or die pair that ran off the cliff in a movie named after them? And the answer is Thelma and Louise. Same with Bonnie and Clyde. It was one of those questions where it's like tip of my tongue, but I couldn't remember because I've seen the movie. I know Thelma and Louise. So that's why I literally knew the entire movie, but I couldn't think of the name.
They was gay?
No. They were just friends. I know, from what I can remember, I haven't seen the movie in years. The beginning of the movie, though, I don't know who is who, but one of them was getting beat or getting hit by the boyfriend or getting hit on. Something was happening. And basically, they pushed up on the dude, and then they left, and then they went on a road trip. It's more to the movie, but it's a good movie though, honestly.
Let me watch it, girl. Why they fall off a cliff though? What was that about?
The police was chasing them, so like they were like low key, basically Bonnie and Clyde. They didn't rob no banks, but I'm not mistaken, they were killing people. I don't know. But at the end, the police was chasing them, and they was basically like, "Let's go off this cliff, bitch!" Like fuck it. So they ran off the cliff, and it ended. That's how the movie ended.
Damn. I was gonna say it wasn't that old, but it was old. 1991. Yeah, I wasn't even.
I've seen it. Like I've really seen it in my childhood. I haven't seen it when I was an adult.
I should watch it. Next was the green team again. Nani gets the question,
and it's like Nani. So this question is: ride or die pair of sisters in the movie Frozen. Now, I get it. Nani is a little bit older. She ain't got no kids. So maybe she's not worried about what's Frozen. And I understand that concept, but I just feel like, damn, how you don't know that? Anna and Elsa was everywhere.
I could have swore they was everywhere. That was that was big. That was like a box office for cartoon movies or something. Like it was like a hit. What'd she say?
This girl said Ella and Grace. Now, if that's not the British sisters from Ellen, what were they named? Sophia? No. I was like, that was Sophia, Grace, and Rosie. I had to Google it because I was like, wait. This girl said Ella and Grace. Now, who the hell is Ella and Grace?
I think it rhymed with Elsa. It didn't rime. Basic names.
I was gagged.
I'd rather you give a wrong answer.
But this competition really could have been done sooner. And I don't know. I just like some of this question should be known. But hey, that's the thing. Some people would say the Star Wars question should be known, and I didn't know her. So
I didn't know Thelma Louise. Next, Orange Team. Boom. Anissa gets the question. Ooh, this is my favorite question. What's the question? Because I know it, but you know.
And at this point, Orange Team has 1 point, and then Green Team has none. And then this question is, ride or die couple known as the star-crossed lovers in Shakespeare's most famous play. The answer is, of course, Romeo and Juliet. Anissa gets it right, and they get a 2nd point. So it's 2-0.
Boom. Green Team. Jordan.
Oh, I thought you was going to explain why it was your favorite question.
Fuck that. It's just my favorite question. Anyway, I don't need to know. Nah. I just fuck with them. I fuck with Romeo. I fuck with Juliet.
Period.
Check out the movie. Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. I don't know if you care about him. I do.
I know.
Green Team. Jordan. Jordan gets a question. It is spell your ride or die's last name. That girl last name.
Anissa's last name is Ferreira. Like a Ferrari. But
yeah.
Ferreira.
And he spells it Ferrara. That is incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I wouldn't have got that either. Portuguese, yeah.
I wouldn't have got it. It's Portuguese.
My thing is, I feel like it doesn't really ride or die. You didn't know her last name. So what is it?
But that's not his ride or die for real.
And we know that. And we know that. I bet he can spell Tori last name. Victoria.
Period. Is that her name?
I'm pretty sure Tori is usually short for Victoria. No one names their child just Tori. If there's Victoria's watching, I'm sorry. But I don't think they
do. You're right. Orange Team. Nelson. Which twins started in the Full House?
Started in Full House. I don't think it was the full question, but after Full House, he answered Mary-Kate and Ashley. And it's like, period. That's something else that I feel like universally Black people know. Black people know Mary-Kate and Ashley.
You know Mary-Kate and Ashley.
You know Mary-Kate and Ashley.
You know who else is an Olsen? Elizabeth Olsen. WandaVision.
Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff. Mother.
Shout out to Mother. Because Elizabeth, Mary-Kate and Ashley, that's daughter. You know. Maybe twin daughter.
Elizabeth Olsen is mother.
Maybe twin, but Elizabeth, that's mother.
Elizabeth Maximoff.
Is she older or younger? I don't know.
I think older than them, yeah.
Mother. After that, we get the green. Oh, they have 3 points now. So the orange team has 3.
3-0. It's real bad for green team.
Real bad. But then we get Mother to answer the question. Stepmother.
Stepmother.
So green team, Nerese has to answer the question. It's the pair of Italian plumbers in an iconic video game? Yeah. I don't know the exact question.
Which pair of Italian plumbers are 2 of the most iconic video game characters of all time? And of course, Mario and Luigi. She gets it right, girl. And then we get a shot of Tori. I'm just throwing it in because it comes later. She is mad. And I don't know if these shots they keep doing to Tori is her actually in that moment. I hope not, because it making her look so pressed. It really is.
She just has like the stankiest of face. But maybe it's not in the moment. But maybe it is. After we get Tori. Tori gets her question, and it is, I don't even...
Ride or die actor BFFs who won an Oscar for writing Good Will Hunting.
I think this is an unfair question.
It really is. The answer is Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. So Tori gets it wrong because she I think she said she never saw the movie, but she knew Ben Affleck. She just didn't know his best friend. But then you have TJ and Bananas who are just like, you don't know this? And Bananas is literally yelling, who is Ben Affleck's best friend? She's like, Brad Pitt? I don't know. And then, so she get it wrong. And TJ's like, how could you get this wrong? And then Bananas is like, well, if you see the movie, you know. And then someone on the sideline said it came out like 25 years ago. And it's like, of course, Bananas and TJ.
Who are the same age. And I'll leave it at that.
The senior citizens of the group. Well, no.
Okay, and so I
25 years. I'm not even 25.
I'm not even 25. I don't know what Ben Affleck looks like. I know what Matt Damon looks like.
I don't even know what Matt Damon. I know Ben Affleck from Batman. I don't even know who Matt Damon is. I've heard the name before. I just
Matt Damon.
And I don't even know what Good Will Hunting is. Never seen it. I've heard of it.
Never seen it.
That's the thing. A lot of these things I've heard of. Can't tell you one thing about it.
Maybe we should watch it.
Were they even actually hunting?
It won Oscars.
Was the whale good?
It won Oscars.
Okay. But why people winning? Stop.
So, we get a scene of Nelson farting while they're spinning.
We do. It's like a real wet fart, too. Like, that sounded nasty.
It did sound wet, and he started wafting it, boys.
It's like,
we're already spinning.
Like,
don't do that. You're weird. After this, we get the green team. They spin again. Mariah gets a question. She has to spell animosity. I would have got it wrong. Not gonna lie.
Really?
I think so. I think so.
So Mariah gets it right.
She's a speller.
She's a speller. That's what she said.
She's a speller.
She spells.
Oh, green team now has 2 points. Red team, orange team has. Why is it not red? Oh, I guess green and orange. I don't know. Orange team has 3 points. After this, the orange team goes Casey. Woo!
Now Casey.
I get it, baby.
So they asked Casey, which biblical couple lived in the Garden of Eden? Of course, it's Adam and Eve. Casey gonna answer Eden.
After a while, mind you. Like, and y'all, first of all, me and Casey, I have a love-hate relationship with Casey because I want Casey to fuck me, but I also don't like Casey. And that's the issue. Like, I feel like the love and the hate is because Casey is beautiful. Ooh. And then the hate is just nothing up there, you know? And this is one of those moments where it's like, damn.
Everybody, who don't know Adam and Eve? I'm sorry. Like,
and it's like, not everybody religious.
Not everyone Christian.
Not everyone's Christian, even if they are religious. Some people in this game was not religious, but it's like
still knew it.
It's just like, I don't know, like they push that thing on us so much. I don't know.
It just feels like that's one of the ones.
You can just listen to Lil Nas and know that. Like, I don't know.
What is that? Tracy was like, I'm not even Christian, and I don't know.
Like, literally. But it's Adam and Eve, y'all. Not Adam and Steve. No, I'm playing.
They gagged me with that one. They gagged me with that.
Every day, bitch. I think about it every day. So we go to the green team. They spin. Devin has, and this is my favorite question. I lied earlier. Who is Scooby-Doo's ride or die? Girl, it's Scrappy Dappy Doo. Nah, it's Shaggy. So now it's 3-3. Green team got 3. Orange team got 3. They done tied it up. Like, bitch, it was 3-0. How that happened?
Tied up.
Just where you pose. Orange team goes again. Olivia has to spell allegiance. I could have spelled allegiance. I could not have spelled animosity. I don't know.
Dumb. Olivia didn't get it right either.
Damn, wait, because who you calling up?
She's not dumb. You're dumb.
No, but the way she spelled it, y'all, she had a CT at the end. She ended the CT.
Yeah, like, I don't think she heard him right because the way I saw that CT, I was like, CT, okay. I don't think she heard it. I
don't know. Green team goes, you really defending her? I don't think she heard. She heard.
Because how you get the T? Like, at least the T. Like, what's going on? The T really fit me.
Okay, and so this is how we know that Mariah was picked up off the street. Mariah's asked, Mariah, what month is Fessel's birthday?
And it's like, this has to be the easiest fucking question. Like, that doesn't have to be a ride or die. So you know this.
It's the month. The month. It's not even the day.
The month. She said September. It's actually October.
Shout out to the Libras, the Libra gang. It's Fessie's an embarrassment to Libras at this moment. But
I can see a lot of similarities.
Dumb
and slurry.
I guess that second one is very much so because I'm not dumb.
Okay,
I'm not stupid.
You can't feel animosity though.
Fessy goes, and Fessy gets asked, and this is how you really know she was picked up off the street. Because the first question is like, okay, some people, they don't know the month.
Sure.
But Fessy is asked, how many siblings does Mariah have? And it's like, I guess this one is more personal.
But these are ride or dies. Like, this is shit you know. So,
and I think TJ gagged him. It's like TJ knew these wasn't ride or die, so he asked them specifically. Let's get that.
And it's like the back-to-back display of it is hilarious. Mm-hmm. But he answers 3, and it's actually 6. So Mariah is one of 7 siblings.
Yes. And Mariah's like, I just feel like it's so much. So how did you forget that? Like,
it honestly is way too big of a number to forget. Because he was way off. Like, he literally needed 3 more.
But then she has like a crazy ass diary room. No shade. But she's like, maybe he doesn't know me as well as girl. His birthday's in October.
Y'all know each other.
You don't know him. He got you off the street.
What's his last name, Mariah?
You were on Instagram. You were one of his followers. And he followed you back. Like,
we peep it. We peep the tea. Y'all hold this not childhood friend. Because how you forget a childhood friend's birthday?
Literally.
Month. Not even a day, the month.
The month, bro. So anyways, them lying ass.
Let's give it. Who watches Bad Girls Club? It's giving Olivia and Diamond. Because my dad is my daddy.
And your dad is your dad.
They was not doing background checks.
So green team goes, Reese gets the question, and it is, what is Nelson's monikers? When getting in the water. And it is Scuba Nelly. Scuba Nelly. And that's correct. I was literally thinking that. Y'all know the Harry Potter scene where Harry has to go to Diagon Alley, and they say, by the way, Harry, and they have an accent. So, by the way, you have to pronounce it very, very clearly. And so they let him go first. First of all, they didn't. They gave him an example. Diagon Alley. Boom. And then Harry goes, and this nigga says diagonally. What? This nigga says diagonally. Like, they literally said diagonally. Like, what? And then he ended up like 3 blocks away. Like, King, do better. Shout out to Harry Potter. Not that J.K. Rowling, bitch.
Period.
But the movie.
So, Nerese ties it up. Oh, no. Nerese puts him in the lead at 4.
Mm-hmm. They're in the lead, deep in the lead. The Nelson goes. They ask him, what do I have written down?
We're Vermont duo are famous for making ice cream.
I saw what Vermont, and I was like, that's not the question, is it? But it is. And it was Ben and Jerry's, which I don't know if
I wouldn't have got that. Mm-mm. He ate that up, though. So he tied it up. It's so v so. This the last question.
Last question.
And honestly, they were setting it up for Mariah's team to win with this question. So it's the 10th question, and Devin gets it. What musical artist teamed up for Empire State of Mind? And I just feel like you don't know Jay-Z.
First of all, if you're watching this and you don't know what Empire State of Mind is, right off the top of the dome,
I'm a little bit disappointed.
Go pause this video, go listen to the song, the entire song.
Mind you, this man says Jay-Z and Rihanna.
They say he was close.
It's just like, I guess because you got Jay-Z, but come on, in New York.
Like, Rihanna can't even sing that loud. No shade!
No, you're not going to sit up here and shade Rihanna.
No shade!
You're not going to sit up here and shade Rihanna.
The girl who was like, for the POC and the representation of
all of gender appropriation.
Of gender appropriation. Girl, she didn't know that. Like, please, like, in New York. I could be a singer. I don't know.
No.
Concrete
30 minutes?
I'm flat? Okay. So the orange team goes, and this is the game-winning point. And TJ knew that he was going to give it to Johnny Bananas because they fucking low-key. And so he was like... So TJ was like, since this is the game-winning point, let's do some math. Let's make it easy. So he said... What's 10 times 4 times 3 minus 2? Girl, it's 118. Johnny Bananas got it right, of course, and they win. Boom, we go to the bar.
They're the brain and the brawn.
Y'all the ugly and the old. Yeah, that's horrible. So at the bar, we see that Nelson and Devin are talking. As they're talking, Tori kind of walks up a little bit to check up on Nelson low key, and she's like, "Hey, you doing okay?"
You good? Like, you good? I'm good, bitch.
That's what he wanted to say. But he was like, "I'm all right." So she walks away, and then Nelson tells Devin, he's like, "I'm sick of my team." And Devin was like, "What?" And Nelson was like, "I'm sick of the team." He said, "Oh, the bar? You don't like the bar?"
No, like, I don't like this team.
I don't like this team. And Devin was like, "Oh, you don't like the team." Devin don't give a fuck, seem like. And Nelson is just like, "Yeah, me and Chauncey was left out. We wasn't told shit." And then Nelson has a diary room, and he was like, I know I'm on the bottom of my team, and it sucks being on the bottom of my team. And I would rather be on a team where we're losing every damn round than be on a team where I can't trust none of the people on the team. Yeah. So this sucks.
And then he mentions that he feels like him and Nurys are at the bottom of the list. And it's just like, well, you sat there and protected them all this time, and now you're at the bottom of their list.
The list that you allowed.
You know whose list you were at the top of, Nelson?
Whose?
Amber and Chauncey's. Oh, but what he say to her? Well, you're
not in my top 4.
Oh, what's your top 4 doing for you now?
What are you at the bottom of the list? You're in their bottom 4.
Hate to say it. Hope that's not ridiculous. You look stupid. Anyways.
So after this, Devin has a diary room. He said, "Shit is good for us." Nelson on the bottom. They struggling. They beefing. He having this, what's it called? He said, it's called challenge crazy. It's like he's overthinking. So it's like, hey, well, boom. After this, Amber and Chauncey talk. And Amber was like, as long as your team don't say me or Nany, we'll be good. Because if Mariah and Nurys can choose each other, they will save each other. So we need to make sure that that don't happen.
One of those two got to be in, basically.
Boom. After this, Johnny talks to Mariah, and he's like, "What do you think we should put in? Who do you think we should put in?" Mariah was like,
and it's like a part of me wants to be like, "Oh, is she kind of eating it up?" At the same time, it's like, is she? Because it's just like it's like I think what makes it so iconic what she does in this position is that, like, I guess the cutthroatness of it. She's like, "Look, I gotta do what I gotta do," but at the same time, it's just like you just played Amber's face. So basically, Mariah's like, he asked her, "What would you do if you were in a position?" And she's like, "Well, I don't think Nurys should go in, and of course you can't say Nany." So Beyonce is like, "Wow, I can't believe you just asked me to throw an Amber." She said, "I didn't ask you to do anything." And mind you, I'm confused because the only diary room we have from Mariah, goddamn, this episode is her saying how much she likes and wants to work with Amber. So it's just like, wow, Amber cannot catch a break.
0 breaks. Goddamn. So after this, essentially Johnny was like, I only care if you or Nany don't go in. That's all I care about. So we'll see how it goes. Johnny also says that he's leaning towards voting Nurys because Nurys put him in. Not directly, which she should have.
Well, she definitely should have.
But she said his name. And then after this, Mariah has a diary room and she's like, people say that Johnny is so much. So evil and manipulative, which he is, but he's just nice and sweet and he's so perfect and old. And so Tori talks to Horacio. And first of all, why are you talking to my man? And she wasn't even talking to him. She was talking at him. Don't talk at my man. Don't fucking do that shit. I hate that.
I bet you ready to fight.
Fuck. She already was fucking my man Jordan. Don't talk to Horacio. Just don't do it. So after this, she basically says, well, Horacio, mind you, Horacio is sitting there drinking his drink. He's like, well, I
thinking about soccer ball because he
thinking about soccer ball. Like, please, he's trying to be on the soccer field. He's trying to go to soccer trial tomorrow. Like, I don't know. So Tori's like, well, I respect Amber as a Fed, and Mariah just looked out for me, but she didn't pick me for her team, and Nurys has looked out for me twice, but
she is currently dating my ex-fiance.
I'm so a little petty there.
Some personal, just a little personal. It's giving you want to find somebody to talk shit about Nurys with you, so you went to Horacio, who don't be talking to nobody. She was like, girl, and she had to play it off. She had to play it off. Well, Amber and Mariah, hey, then there's Nurys, who's fucking my man, so I could definitely just like what? Tori, baby,
it gets worse.
I She needs to look at the Sue and CBS because the way they made her look this episode, I don't know if it's the way they made her look. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot going into it.
So Tori has a diary room.
Who else actually needs to sue?
CBS.
Not CBS. MTV.
Them two. No, I'm playing. So Tori has a diary room. I don't want to be the type of girl that's just angry at the girl because that's immature. But
it's just like,
but what, bitch? No, bitch. Well, but what? Like, what do you mean? Like, if you want to smoke, like, come get the smoke. Like, I don't know. Like, so that was the hint of Tori being weird. Put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that.
Back at the villa. Casey, Nani, Tori, and I forgot. Tori and Anissa, they're all talking. So Tori says, right now I'm just in preserve Nani mode. Like, I'm in preserve Nani mode. Because the four of them, they've been playing since the Stone Ages.
Yeah.
So of course they know each other, for real.
And I didn't realize how safe Nani is with Fessy's team that he picked because all of her friends are over there. So it's like when it comes to getting thrown in, that's just not happening. That's just not gonna happen.
And one thing Fessy didn't think of when he was picking is like the dynamics of the teams, because he picked a team full of friends, and then him, Olivia, who he's never spoke a word to, Chauncey, who he's never spoke a word to, and Nelson, who he backstabbed last season. So when it came to voting, y'all team was never gonna have it. And then if you're thinking of the other team, he already cut Mariah off by basically fucking her with the team. Nani doesn't give a shit about him. Kenny was like, he did not pick these teams at all for voting. He purely thought of the challenge.
For strength, yeah.
He purely thought of the challenges. And it's like, you can win as many challenges as you want, but at a point, babe, it's not going to be about the challenges. You're going to be in a final, and you're going to be in a final with the strongest people because you chose the strongest people, like the dummy you are. So after that, why blow him a kiss? After that, Nani has a diary room, and she says, the four of us were all on the same page, and we're all going to make it to the final. The four boring people who are elderly. So that's good. I would hate for that to be the final. After this, Tori says that all we got to do is say Nurys.
Yeah.
Because
basically...
Go.
I was going to say, Nani basically explains, like, if I'm sitting in the dagger with Mariah and Nurys, then they're going to pick each other, and then I won't be safe. So she would like Amber to be in that choosing situation because she, I guess she has more loyalty with Amber in there.
Yeah, so Tori says, we all just have to say Nurys, and if we get Johnny to say Nurys, that's 4 votes. We could also probably get Chauncey to say Nurys, and that would be 5 votes. That's enough. And it's like, them having the ability to possibly get Chauncey is already like, you bitches are dumb, Nurys and Nelson.
Because it's like, that's someone you could have had if you didn't throw them in and betray their trust, but we moved.
That's the thing. Nelson has done so much whining, crying, and dying that it's ridiculous because he's whining about him and Chauncey being left out when Chauncey was someone who he could have had on lock. He could have had that vote on this team. He could have had this vote on this team on lock. And he could have had Olivia's vote on lock, but he's not even using that to his advantage, seems like. So it's like, you were literally fucking Olivia. And then also, you could have had Chauncey because he was with Amber, who had you in their top 4 teams. So you could have had 3 votes on lock, and Fessy and you are friends. That's 4. That's enough. Pack your bags. You have 1 more minute to say your goodbyes. Like, I don't know. So anyways, after this, what happens? Nurys and Jordan have a conversation, and Nurys basically asks him, what do I say in the interrogation? And so Jordan is like, well, don't say too much because if you expose your game to them, they're going to use it against you. Nurys says she appreciates the advice. And then Jordan is like, I've grown to really, really enjoy Nurys's company. And Jordan tells Nurys, he's like, I don't think you're the main vote. I think you'll be all right. But I definitely wouldn't want you to go. Regardless.
Jordan don't know shit about what's going on.
He don't know what's going on. He's out of the loop.
He really
and then
is.
This is when we get Tori.
And mind you, while Nurys and Jordan have this conversation, they keep showing Tori look over. So like I said, I don't know if this is editing on MTV's tab or she really just
angrily pedaling on the bike in front of the bike girl.
She can start coming out this episode looking good at all. I'm sorry. And then she had a diary room. She's just like, The way Nerys and Jordan look at each other reminds me of how me and him used to look at each other, and I think like it could be out of spite, but I think he may actually like her.
And that's worse.
And she's like, she's shook and she's hurt. And it's just like, Tori, like,
she says, more importantly, I think he actually likes her, and she's really hurt. But like, he told you he really liked her, and when he said that, you was like, no, you're trying to do it out of spite. But now you're like, he's out of spite, but he might like her. Like, I don't know. We move. We go to the interrogation. In the interrogation, immediately we get the leader of the team, Johnny.
Right.
And Johnny says, do you think we have to do the person we think will weaken their team the most?
Mm-hmm.
Fessy gets a diary room. He says, it sucks because it's either going to be one of your ride or dies or one of the team's ride or dies. Who cares? After that, Aneesa is like, Nany has the most experience. Amber has won a challenge before, but Nerys and Mariah have shown that they are forced to be reckoned with or whatever.
Yeah.
And then this is when Nelson speaks up. And Nelson's like, you know what? Let's just let it be known. Like, last time, y'all left me out of the vote. I didn't fuck with that. Like, that was crazy.
I didn't think you were going to call the girls out right here.
Called him out. He said, called him out for no reason because he should have called him out and then kept it up.
Yeah, and did something else. And then Tori even had the diary room, and she's like, we did low-key leave them out, mainly because Nelson and Olivia are a thing. Rasha is Olivia's partner. So she did admit to leaving them the fuck out. And it's like the fact that they even did that is crazy. I think that's why Nelson's so upset, because Nelson and Cecil, because they're realizing like they did nothing but protect them this entire time, because they haven't been winning shit when it comes to the dailies except Badani. Mm-hmm. And now you get no say so at all.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't even ask for y'all's protection. The times y'all won those dailies, they didn't come to y'all making deals and saying we got you back and you're gonna go to the end with us and we're all in this together and it's the four of us. Like,
they didn't. They just were scared. That's the thing. They tricked themselves into working with them out of the fear of them coming after them. Well, I don't want to piss off all of these people. Well, now you got all these people that you didn't piss off and they give a fuck about you.
And now they pissing you off and you're mad.
Mad. Stressed.
You should have pissed off.
Overseas, church, and
So Nany comes in, and honestly, y'all, I hate this because she sat down. She was like, well, I see all of my friends over there.
Hey,
I was like, okay.
Like, Sam,
and that was it.
And then she tries to have a little tough girl moment. I'll go against any of them. I don't care. Like, girl, no shade. I think she could have lost this round, so I would have tried to get her ass up in there.
Sure. That's my thing. Like, Nany would have been the main cursor name I would have been saying if I was Nelson, Fessy, Chauncey, Olivia. Shit, if I was Aneesa, Casey, like all of them, I would have been saying. I would have said it. Whoever I would have been. So Mariah comes in, and Mariah sits down. She's like, "I'm gonna make it clear. I don't want to be the vote. Period." Mm-hmm. And they was like, "Oh, okay."
So they're like, who should be the main vote? She's like, well, I like them all.
And so essentially they're like, well, why shouldn't you go in? And she's like, I'm not the strongest or the toughest. And Johnny was like, yeah, basically she has to downplay herself. He said that in the diary room. And they keep asking her questions, and Mariah was like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think if the roles were reversed, any of y'all would answer these questions.
Kind of gagged them. And it's like, Mariah, she has this kind of like, ooh, like I gotta stand moments, but it's just like overall bucket of rocks.
So Amber comes in, and she says, honestly, y'all, besides Chauncey, I don't feel like none of y'all got my back.
And she keep calling it out. Honestly, I don't expect any of y'all to save me. So I mean, can you?
Hey, like I can just ask, like maybe this time you'll do it. Like,
and then like, who would she say? She's like, basically, I make the decision when I'm up there. Like, and that was a quick one. And like, all right, Amber, I thought you'd be in there fighting and pleading. And no.
And I understand like people not telling them who they would save, but honestly, if they would ask me who I'm gonna save, I'm gonna be like, who y'all want me to save? It's y'all ride or dies. So which one of y'all want to speak up? And then that's the thing. If one of them say, oh, well, could you save? Because the thing, are y'all gonna tell me who to save? One of y'all say a name. Who do you want me to save? Could you save Nany?
No.
Wouldn't Nerys maybe? No, literally. I'd just be like, well, Nelson, are you okay with that? Because if I save Nany, then I'm not saving Nerys.
You messy.
I'm just saying, y'all asking me all these questions. Let's ask questions. After this, Nerys comes in, and she does a terrible job. No shade.
Okay, so one, it starts out really cute because Nelson is like praising her. He's saying,
I feel like that was stupid too.
That was really dumb because you're praising her because of how great she is. It's cute though, but it's also fucking terrible. And then basically they say, what separates her from the other woman? Hey, this bitch go. I got a PhD. I have my master's in communication.
Just that girl, Beyonce follows me on Twitter.
My pussy is fat as hell. What else? I'm stronger than them.
I got the man Jordan. I look better than Tori. Like I'm that girl. Like I'm black, beautiful, and just gorgeous. Like and then they was like, "Oh, you forgot you're smart." Oh, I'm
smart. I had a 4.0 GPA. Like,
girl. So,
and then what's hilarious is that they ask her about the dagger. She's like, she's unsure, and after answering unsure, she's like, "Yeah, I'm just following Jordan's advice. I'm not holding my cards close. I'm not letting them know my moves, but you let them know."
You were Superwoman and Wonder Woman put together. Like, girl, she basically came in there and said, "I'm Wonder Woman. My real name is actually like, come on, girl, like, please." So as she's talking, Tori. I don't know if Tori's making faces or if they accidentally pan to Tori and Tori just.
But we see the Tori faces.
We see the Tori faces, and after this, Tori has a diary room that Arthur will. That Lee will reach out to you and tell you about. Like, go ahead and tell them the diary room.
Oh my god! Tori says, Nerisse is really a threat. She's really pretty, good at the game. What girl wouldn't feel insecure around someone that is that beautiful, charming, and great? And it's like, Tori.
It just speaks for itself. That was her words. Verbatim.
Those was her words verbatim, y'all. It does not look up for Tori. She looks oppressed. It gives press. Like, because like the whole thing felt backhanded because of the situation. It's just a lot going on. Because you can tell it's like, Tori don't like that girl, of course, because of the situation. But she also keeps trying to make it known that she doesn't have an issue with her by the compliments. And it's just like, don't even speak on her. Like, if they would have asked me that in the diary room, I wouldn't have said shit. Because, girl, they made you look crazy as hell. They did. Like, first of all, let's really not.
Did they make her though? Or did she make herself?
She gave the content. But what's hilarious to me is that she starts it off. Nerisse is a threat in the game. So I'm thinking we're about to get a detailed list of, she's good at challenges. She's good at puzzles. She's good at endurance. She follows up. Nerisse is a threat with she's really pretty. To be fair,
I was telling Lee, I was like, I thought, like, how is her being pretty a threat to you?
To be fair, she follows it up with good at the game, but then it goes into who would feel insecure about being around someone that beautiful, charming, and great. Now, what the hell they got to do with the game?
We're playing this is a challenge. You think this was like a Love Boat diary room or
when
something?
She said she's a threat, she meant in the real world. Okay, she meant
a threat to her as a woman. Like, bitch, like that was crazy. I don't know. After this, the girls stay in the deliberation room.
And I will say, she spilled. No,
she did not lie. She didn't tell not one lie. That's the thing. Tori may say a lot of things, but she won't lie.
She didn't lie. She did not lie.
Not lie.
Because Nerisse is gorgeous down. It's insane.
I would be threatened too.
I would too.
And I'm a man.
Scared, shook, and panicking. Insecure?
Insecure as fuck. Like, threatened, bitch. Like, I don't know.
Like,
ooh, so they all talk after Nerisse leaves. And Tori's like, well, I mean, it's clear that, Mariah and Nerisse are saving each other, right? Everybody agree?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody,
and then Jesse guides me real quick because he says, well, I'm not saying Mariah's name. And I said, oh.
You do know her, maybe.
Yeah, like, now you're like, where did that come from?
You
like, after all like, but I was gagged, but then he said it has to be Amber, and it's like, girl, you want beef with the queen so bad.
I'm fucking mad. Johnny says that a puzzle is coming up, and the way Nerisse carried Nelson through the puzzle challenges, we got to put her in with the whoop. And Nelson was like, I mean, y'all, but when we get to the actual plays, we gotta see what the challenge is, because if it is a puzzle, we might have to quickly change our vote. And it's like, girl,
and I have to say, I feel bad because there was no real argument against Nerisse not going in for their team as a whole. There's not.
I mean, if it was me and I was Nelson, I would have been like, I mean, Nany has made it to multiple finals. I'm more threatened by her.
Ooh. Oh, and I guess we can get into this now. Me and Farrell was saying like this just goes to show, like Fessy and Nelson, and it always go back to Fessy and Nelson because they've had so much control in their hands. They've had so much power. They've really been in positions where they could dictate where this game is going. And when I say Jay and Michelle have taken more initiative than they have, and they are out of the game, like they have not done anything but protect these people who are now not listening to them, doesn't give a fuck about their opinion at all. Like literally, Nelson was left out of the vote by these same exact people. And we were saying, well, this could have been the perfect opportunity to take a stand. They can get Olivia. Chauncey was left out. Maybe if them four came together, it was like, well, Nany can go in. Like something to actually just play a game. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Maurice still ended up going in, and there's, after this, no fight against it. It's like, to play, you have to come up with a new plan. Like, so, Maurice is going in. You're going to argue your point. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, it's 8 people on this team.
Or
votes. To be fair, they did put in Chauncey.
Which was a dumbass move.
Which was a dumbass move to begin with. They should never put in Chauncey. But I do feel like even if they spoke to him, like maybe if they spoke to Amber and Chauncey, like, look, this is something we got to do. Can we all vote?
Amber's the type of player she wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like, okay. And it involves saving her. Period. So I just feel like there's something that could have been done, but that's what annoys me because it's like it just goes to show Fessy and Nelson, they're not players. They don't play this game. A player would have came up with some type of plan. It didn't have to be Nany. It could have been anybody, but a player would have been came up with. Mm-hmm. Nothing. They just sit there pissy mad, argue it, and then that's it. They do nothing after they argue. It's over. And it's like we have been predicting this position for episodes. Predicting this position for episodes. Like it's sad. It's sad that it came to fruition like this. Like
it's weird. They play like as if they play like newbies. Like they play like they're the rookies.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you playing like a rookie? You've been playing for 80 years and you're still playing like this? Like it's to the point where it's like, just say something. Because at this moment in this deliberation when they're talking about who they're putting in, for some reason, Fessy is wanting to say Amber's name, but he is not convincing anybody else to say Amber's name. He has no really good reason to say Amber's name. Like other than the fact that he's pressed from last season, but it's like, other than that, you didn't even convince him to do it.
Yep.
You want to put in Amber, and this is the team you picked.
And that's I feel like same to Nelson. It's like he couldn't formulate an argument as to why Maurice really couldn't go in. So after he says his gibberish, Bananas is basically like, like Bananas, he talks down to people. He's sunning them in this conversation as he does. He's like, if we want to keep winning, we need to weaken the team. Fessy pipes up. He's like, well, we didn't do that last week because if you do remember last week, Fessy was all about weakening their team. And here come Tori with, well, Jordan and Devin really aren't really threats because this, and this. And so he's upset because he's like, well, we were just not weakening the team. Why we gotta weaken the fucking team now? And Tori was like, well, that was calculated and da. And it's like, you see how the goal
it's calculated.
You see how they played in your face, and you're just gonna continue to let them do it. And he has a diagram. Fessy, he's like, he feels where Nelson's coming from. Like we need to be upfront and honest with each other. And it's like, of course, because y'all should have been working together against these people the whole time. Now y'all look like dummies. And he's like,
this was the point where Fessy and Nelson should have agreed on a person to fucking vote in. But honestly, that wouldn't even work because the person would have been Amber and they would have never got the votes.
Yep, and this is where the issue comes in at, because even if they're mad, they're at their wits end, they're still pussy ass bitches. Fessy and Nelson are probably didn't even want the smart move here is, in my opinion, to rally up Olivia and Chauncey and vote Nany, force a tie. What does that tie mean? We don't know. You know what I mean? What do you think would have happened in the tie? The other team vote between the other two?
I have no idea. I can't even give you a prediction.
And I'm just saying, like, why? Like, that's the thing. It's like people be scared to make moves like that because of the consequences. You're already seeing that these people don't give a fuck about you or your opinion. They're leaving you out of votes. Why do you not? What are you scared of?
Why do you care?
What are you scared of? And it's like, it sucks because Fessy and Nelson are in this position. They'd come back and play the exact same game.
The next season. Next 39.
Like, and get nowhere. And wonder why they're not in the end. And wonder why they can't win a game.
And cry about it. It pissed me off that they cry and whine about it. You're playing the same losing game. You lose every time. But Fessy, that's the thing. Fessy said it earlier this season. I'm doing exactly what Johnny Bananas and Devin are doing. And I think he genuinely believes it. Mm-hmm. Even in this moment.
And Nelson is really affected by this, and I would love to see if he did something and actually, tried. But it's like we don't get any of that. He said in the diary room, "It's like it's not feeling like a team. Like I want to be back in Paris because I had more control." And it's just like whining and whining and whining. And then Bananas literally asked him, "If not Nurys, then who?" Nelson doesn't even give a specific argument on the person. He says, "Well, all these girls are strong. 2 have been to a final and 2 are rookies," and it ends like that. Give an argument.
Say a name. If not Nurys, then who? He could honestly. I would have preferred him to at least say Amber.
That's the gap. But that's the gap. And that's what the difference at. That's what the difference at. That's why I'm sorry. Nelson and Fancy betas and pussy. No, they are. They are. Bananas sat up there when they got into the deliberation. He said, "Okay, well, I'm thinking Nurys. Thoughts?"
Not another name was another name was
but also did not care if Nelson was offended. See, Nelson doesn't want to say Nany upright because he's probably scared of Bananas. He's scared of Casey. Fuck them.
Fuck the fuck out of them. They can't vote you in this round.
And the thing is, they can't vote you at all because y'all on the same team together. But at the same time, you're at a position in the game where it doesn't matter if you piss them off. You got to get to the end. They're not working with you regardless. It's very clear that Aneesa, Tori, Nany, Bananas, Devin, they're a little thing, and y'all are not in it. It's been clear, and it pisses me off because they've had the power to do something about it weeks before, and they didn't. So now look where they
had the power this week and still didn't do it. Y'all could have put that Nany girl right in. Y'all could have tried to get that Nany girl in.
We could have tried. Just understand. Like at the end of the day, even if it didn't work, like y'all still would have been 4-4. Like you know what I mean? Like that still will be a solidified split on y'all team. It would have to be dealt with at some point.
Mm-hmm. So you don't know what would have happened because that's the thing. If the other team did have to vote, if it tied or whatever between Nany and Nurys, another team did have to vote. Jordan not voting Nurys. Mariah's not voting Nurys.
Nope. That's the thing. If Amber is on
this plan, Audacio's not voting Nurys. Boom, that's enough.
If Amber was on this plan, like that's the thing. Play the game. Just play the game. Go talk to them. How about you go talk? You never know.
And y'all, later on, we'll see how the votes went. The bitches who are complaining didn't even collaborate on the vote.
Dumb.
So it's like y'all aren't even. Y'all cried at this deliberation, went back into the house and cuddled with y'all girls, didn't talk at all, and then went to the fucking thing mad. Like dumb. You're crying. Like I feel no sympathy for your whining and crying and tears because you're not even doing anything. You're not doing shit. And that's the thing, mind y'all, I don't even fuck with them other bitches. Nope. Them Aneesa, Tori, them. I don't fuck with them at all. But at this point, I'm not rooting for Fessy and Nelson because Fessy and Nelson aren't even rooting for themselves. Like, damn, they playing for the girl.
They've been doing that.
I'm rooting for Olivia.
All right, and
Horacio, I guess.
And Amber. Yes. And Amber and Chauncey.
I'm rooting for Amber.
Not Chauncey?
I'm rooting for Amber. So after this, basically Felsen was like, we had Tori and Aneesa's back last round. And Tori was like, that's not 100, this is not 100% truth. And Nelson was like, it's 100% a fact.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was specifically to Nelson was like, we all have friends on each side. And Tori was like, oh yeah, that can be 100% true. Like, they're hilarious.
And that was it. Johnny was like, well, that's when Johnny asked if it's not Nurys, then who? Nelson doesn't have an answer. He just says, well, there are 2 rookies and they're not rookies. Boom. After this, it ends. We see Nany and Amber have a conversation. This is when Nany's like, if I pull the dagger, I'm going to save you. By the way. And Amber's like, okay, I'll save you if you. So Nany and Amber will save each other. And I guess Nany actually trusts Amber more than the other 2 girls because she doesn't know the other 2 girls. It's all about who you played with before.
Yeah, it defaults to vets a lot for veterans. Like, well, she a vet,
and that's it. Which is weird to me at least. But hey, I don't know. I'm not a vet. So after this, Mariah and Olivia talk, and Olivia randomly gags her. But basically, Mariah's like, no, I don't want it to be me versus Nurys. And Olivia has a diary room. She's like, since teams have separated, we kind of see who's actually cut out to play the game and who's not. And Mariah's giving lost puppy without Fessy. It's like, damn.
Olivia, why you gag her like that?
Okay. So we go back to the conversation. Olivia is basically like, girls, just go talk to Nany. And then girl goes talk to Nany. After that, Mariah and Nany talk. And Mariah was like, as long as one of us pull each other off and save each other, then we can be safe. And, I'm going to save you. And Nany has a diary room. And she's like, I'm saving Amber.
But if you would like to do that, that's fine.
But if Mariah would like to do that, then that's you too. After that, we see Mariah and Amber talk.
Mariah's so fake.
So Mariah's there having a cute little conversation, and she's like, Amber's kind of asking her, like, oh, what do you prefer for the elimination? Mariah's like, I prefer physical over puzzle. And Amber's like, me too. It's just more solidified. And then Mariah's in our room, and she's like, I just feel like every time Amber talks to me, it just seems like she's trying to pry information out for me, and I don't
like
know.
Y'all be having to make up shit.
So like, I'm gonna choose Nany probably to save in my dagger and da da da. It's like, girl, Amber just talking, just having a conversation. After this, we get the generous queen Nurys have a conversation with Tori. Nurys and Tori are talking, and Nurys says, I feel like shit for hurting you. And I feel like it was a selfish decision for me to do what I did with Jordan. And Nurys was like, I thought you and him were on the same page because I heard him tell me and other people that it wasn't nothing like that. Like y'all wasn't leaning towards anything like that. Mm-hmm. And Tori, and I found it rude, disrespectful, and ugly that Tori said this. But hey, that's just me. Tori was like, well, if me as a girl, I would have never done that to a girl myself. And, I would have been more considerate as a person myself. But that's just me, Mm-hmm. And it's like, girl, this bitch is literally apologizing to you unbeknownst. Like, you are not her friend. You're not her girl. I don't know you. I just met you this year. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know your boyfriend before this. I just met him at the same time. And you had the audacity to say to me, like, oh, well, you just would have been more considerate. Considerate of who?
Yeah, like the fact that Nurys took her time to even apologize, she didn't have to do this.
That was enough.
She honestly didn't. Like, because at the end of the day, Nurys, no matter how she feels about her, has nothing to do with this. This is all Jordan. You need to be mad at Jordan. Direct your energy at Jordan. And so the fact that Nurys is, any energy is directed towards her is just weird. And I get it. Like, and I stand by the fact that Tori has every right to be upset about this. It's just, I feel like the way she's reacting is just, you can't tell people not to form a relationship in front of your face because you're upset about it. Like, I just don't think, like, you can't, like, Nurys doesn't know you like that. Like, if she wants to form a relationship with that man, she can do that. She can do that. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. Like,
and Tori wants her to feel bad. And that's the thing. Nurys naturally felt bad about it, but Tori wanting her to feel bad is what's weird. Tori, like, trying to make her be like, I would have been more considerate and this, and this. Like, that's a terrible response as a human. I just feel like that made me see Tori. I already didn't like her. But that, honestly, the response to Nurys, it wasn't a, thank you, you didn't have to come to me and tell me that. It wasn't a, girl, it's not even your fault. It wasn't a, Jordan was the one who was at fault. It was, me as a woman, I would have been more considerate if I were you. What?
It's just like,
that's
girl.
Weird as fuck. That's super weird. She does not know you. It would be different if this was Nany or Nisa. Like, it would be different if you knew her. If you were friends with her. This is her first season. She does not know you at all. She doesn't know your history. She didn't know they were married, divorced, all of that. Like, you cannot expect her to know none of that shit. Y'all weren't married. Y'all were engaged. But she didn't know that. So it's not her responsibility. Even if she knew it, it's still not her responsibility. It's just weird. Really I didn't like it. I just felt like it was weird and it made me look at Tori weirdly. But we moved.
And then she Tori says, like, she mentions, like, basically if Jordan had no intentions of being with her, he should have just let her know, so leading her on, and that, like, I don't care if y'all have feelings with each other, just, like, I don't want it in my face. And it's just like, you can't, like, because who the fuck are you? Like, no offense, like, for these two humans to stop doing what they're doing in front of your face. That's where I feel like, especially the editor that we're seeing recently, it makes Tori seem like she's really no shade, the crazy one, or like the one who is the problem. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think it's necessarily true. I think she's hurt. I think she's mad and she's upset and she's reacting to it. It's just, girl, it don't look good.
It looks bad.
Especially when now it's directed towards Nurys. Like, I mean, it's going to be annoying, but yell at Jordan all day long. Don't involve her in it. Like, especially when she's coming to apologize. Like, girl, you could just sympathize and kept it moving. So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm trying to put myself in Tori's shoes. I'll be the same way. I don't want no fucking apology from you, bitch. Like, don't talk to me. I don't got something to say to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the way Tori feels is so justified. It's just you just can't walk around acting like that. Like it's just like
it gives entitled, and it gives like she thinks the world revolves around her a little bit. To expect someone, even to expect Jordan. Like I understand that that's her feelings and that's how she feels, but I think even expecting him to put her feelings essentially above his, essentially, and not be around someone that he likes. If he genuinely likes her, which she admitted she thinks he does, you're essentially telling him you can only like her in private in your room when I'm not around. Y'all live in the same house, babe. Yeah. Like you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot. And I understand that that's her feelings. And I feel like she's justified. That's the thing. I think she's justified to feel like he's being a bitch.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's justified to ask him to only in his bedroom speak to Nerese. That's kind of weird, in my opinion. Not speak to her, but kind of do all of that. Like basically don't cuddle in public. Like he likes her and she likes him. You want me to not cuddle in public? Like, I don't know. It's I think she's asking a lot, and I think she doesn't even notice she's asking a lot because her feelings are involved. And that's kind of clouding her, I think, judgment on the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. But to watch it, it's annoying.
It is.
It looks very bad.
It looks very bad.
So after this, we go to the zone, and we get to the votes. So the option of voting is going to be either you can vote Mariah, you can vote Nany, you can vote Nerese, or you can vote Amber. So, and these votes are crazy. So let's get to them. So Chauncey votes Nerese.
He says it had nothing to do with her, nothing to do with Nelson. It's just he don't trust her for throwing them in.
Yeah, period. Nelson votes Mariah. And I didn't understand it. Casey votes Nerese. Olivia votes Nany. It's like, okay. Fessy votes Amber. It's like, okay. Johnny votes Nerese, and Aneesa votes Nerese, and Tori votes Nerese. But when Tori votes Nerese, she says, by the way, it's not personal. I'm just voting Nerese because strategic.
She has to let everyone know.
Like, okay.
We get it.
So the Fessy Olivia Nelson thing, I don't know what that was.
It just pisses me off because, like, not only did y'all not coordinate, not only did y'all not come up with a plan, but you also didn't coordinate your votes. Like, it's just like, you look dumb.
You look stupid. And that's the thing. My thing is, even if Nelson couldn't talk to Chauncey, why couldn't Fessy talk to Chauncey? And I guess it's because he had beef with Amber. Even if Fessy couldn't talk to Chauncey, Fessy and Nelson could have went to Olivia and told Olivia to talk to Chauncey.
They're not playing. They're not worried about that's the thing. They're just not playing the game. Like they're not. They're not.
That's it. They're not worried. They're not worried about the game, but they are. They're crying. So instead of asking Olivia to talk to Chauncey, you cried in the diary room. Okay.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is they don't really want the win because they're not putting in the work for it. Like they don't. Like they just want to sit there, win competitions, and not talk to anybody and get to the end. Like
they don't want to. They don't want to put in any work. They don't want.
There's work that needs to be put into getting to the end.
They do not want to. You're right. So after this, Jordan has diary room. He's like, sure, it's not personal. Like,
yeah.
Nerese has diary room. She also basically says the same
thing. Not believe it. Like, okay, sister.
It's not giving not personal. And Devin has diary room. He's like, it's not giving not personal. So then we get to the daggers. Mariah chooses the safe dagger, and Amber has a diary room. She's like, oh, the moment of truth. Let's
hopefully I'll be safe.
Girl, Amber, you will never be safe. It's basically what these bitches say. So Mariah saved Nany. Mariah has a diary room. She's like, if I broke the promise to Nany, her squadron would come for me. And it's like, okay, great reason.
Literally, it's the exact same thing. The exact same thinking that Nelson and Nerese used when they won their second daily. They were basically like, essentially, we protect Amber and Chauncey and have all these people mad at me, or we just throw them in and we'll be good. Yeah. So people, in my opinion, from what I look at it, is that they are willing to risk Amber's friendship, allegiances for fear of other people in the game. Because Amber, even though she's a veteran, she has respect, she's won, she's not in that circle. So they'd rather say fuck her just to be cool with that circle. And it's like, it's dumb at this point because that circle is not protecting you. That circle is going to beat you in the end. Like 100%. Yeah. So, but
I feel better about Mariah's decision because she has a direct vote. After one of these people go home, it's only 3 of the girls who can get voted in, and if it's not gonna be Nany, then it's either her or Amber. And if she did this, it would have been her. But now it's probably gonna be Amber. But back in the day when they were just in duos, what were y'all doing? What? So the challenge is pole wrestle, but it's with like a circle. With moving hands.
Wait, hold on. It was funny right before it jumped because Mariah, she's like, Amber, I'm really sorry, and Amber's just like, No worries. She is so over it.
Literally.
But it's called Pato Brawl. It's
Pato
an
Brawl.
Argentinian take on pole wrestle. It's this ball with a bunch of moving handles and pieces, like so you can grab it from all angles of the ball, and basically same concept as pole wrestle. Whoever yanks it out wins.
Mm-hmm. So, boom. Basically, Amber has diary. She feels like people convinced Mariah to save Nany. She's like, it's fine. I like Nany. I probably would have saved Nany too. So hey, it is what it is. Anissa says that back in the Stone Ages, she won the first ever pole wrestle. So that's good for her. We get to round one. And
wait. I have to shout out to Paramore because they start playing Misery is this bitch. The soundtrack this season really eats.
Eating down. Earlier, Ariana Grande was on.
Period. Thank you. Next. And then they went to, we got to build the misery. We look like it. Okay.
So, boom. We get to round one. They start wrestling in Poland. Mm-hmm. We see that Nelson is trying to help Nurys. He should have helped Nurys by getting the votes to not get her put in. He's trying to help Nurys. He's not even doing a good job. Jordan has to tell him how to tell her to move.
Right.
Like, tell her to twist. Come on. Get under her and tell her to move. Use her body. So they're wrestling. They're doing pretty. I think they're both doing good.
Yeah, because they're even stacked.
Yeah, they're pretty even. And then Amber ends up, even in this, on both rounds, Amber ends up in a crazy position. But this round, Amber is twisted all the way around and and
still holding on to the ball.
Holding the fuck on. So she gets out of that position. And then eventually Amber's able to kind of put her body in the ball between Nurys. And that kind of happens both rounds. But the first one, she puts her body in the ball between Nurys. And then she kind of pushes her body towards Nurys to pull the shit off of her. And that's a strategy. She ate that up. So Amber gets round one, and honestly, round two kind of goes similarly. Same shit, quite literally. Amber gets twisted up, gets untwisted, puts her body in between the girl, pulls the thing off. This is Amber ate it up. I don't know what to tell you.
Period.
So Amber wins, and
elimination queen.
I'm not saying that the karma came, but the karma came.
It's the fact that she lost to Amber too,
because Amber did nothing to you.
Amber didn't even know they had beef. It's giving one-sided, and then she beat you.
Accidentally, oops. Because had you not did that, Chauncey might have not wanted to vote you, and that could have opened up a world.
But did you read some tweets about kind of the decision?
So the tea is Amber and Nurys are not friends, y'all. IRL, according to Twitter, and the reason is because during this round, Amber's grandfather passed away. And she was saying that she felt a little checked out because of that. She just felt distant from the game because of real life shit was going on. But she wasn't checked out of the game. She felt distant as in checked out. I just feel distant right now. So it is what it is. Y'all put me in, y'all put me in, y'all put me in. But Amber was upset when she got put in because she heard twinklings of the fact that Nurys was requesting to go in against her because of this checked out state. And Amber felt like that was bullshit. And the beef between Nurys and Amber has been one-sided this whole time. I don't know what Nurys' problem with Amber has been because we haven't gotten any reason.
I don't know what any problem with Amber is. Leave the girl alone. It's weird. It's giving press, it's giving jealousy, it's giving bitter. But basically, that's why we see Mariah go from I really love Amber, whoop, 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 to I'm not saving the girl. Oh well.
And Mariah and Amber are still cool. But Mariah said I was more close to Nurys, and Nurys requested that I ensure that Amber goes in against her.
You love her ass.
She requested to lose.
Hey.
And she did.
What it is.
I feel like she should have requested Nany. I don't know. Maybe
when it gets mother, it was bad for you.
It was going to cost you. And it did.
Another one bites the dust at the hands of Amber.
I don't know. Queen, mother. So Amber wins. Amber's still here. And Nurys starts crying. And it's like, damn. It sucks because, as a rookie, you do go through a lot more than vets do. Half of these vets haven't even went into the elimination damn near. So it sucks. But Nurys has put in a lot of good work. She's damn near the only reason Nelson has been winning challenges. This challenge, the only reason they lost was because the rest of her team flopped. She got all of her questions right. She came in second and third multiple times in multiple dailies. The girl has been
won first twice.
If she had this performance as not a rookie, she probably would be able to win the game. The only reason she lost is because she was a rookie, damn near. And it's that's very. And Nelson is dumb as fuck. Dumb as a bag of rocks. So she had a bad ally. But hey, it sucks. So she starts crying, and she says she just hates losing. So that sucks.
And she also cries in Durham about like Nelson kind of she wanted him to win it. It's just like I said, I can feel bad if Nelson played like he deserved to win.
I agree.
Like, do you think he deserved to win because he's played so many years and lost so many times? Well, maybe if he played good, like
he's a good person.
Okay,
and that's I think I would like Nelson.
Does not win the challenge.
That's true.
Being a good person does not win the challenge. Bananas has 10 wins, damn near. I feel like, and if Bananas a good person, let's really unpack this.
Like, I do think that I like Nelson more than I like a lot of the other people here. Like,
I agree,
but
play the game.
Play the game, babe. Like, and that's what pisses me.
Like, Nelson can win if he just played the game.
Yeah, exactly.
The game he's played this round. Me and Farrah have been making the tweaks as he went along. He'd be in a way better position if him and Fessy locked themselves in, took out who they need to take out, along with Jay and Michelle's 2 wins. None of these vets would be here.
None of them.
Colleen and Kim would still be here. Tommy and Annalise would still be here. Jay and Michelle would still be here. All people that they could be working with and can beat.
Hey, they didn't want to do
that. They didn't want to do that. Veronica would still be here.
Y'all wanted Aneesa and them to be here. Fessy, you said Aneesa was your friend.
Aneesa was your friend. You didn't like Bananas, but you respect him, which is why you picked him on your team, and now he's running it.
Remember? Casey's your friend.
You don't want Casey to go against Nany.
Casey's your real
and now Casey's voting in Reese, Nelson. Remember Nelson said that? I don't want Casey to go against Reese. Oh, well, Casey just sent Reese. No, I don't want Casey to go against Nany. And now Casey just sent Reese home.
She doesn't have to go against Nany. Oh, Nany's not even going in, let alone. You're good. You got what you wanted.
You're right. Nany did not go against Casey.
Right? So Nurys is not actually out the game until Nelson gets out the game, which honestly,
hopefully, probably will be soon.
Unfortunately for her. But hey, I guess we'll see her next season. Hopefully, she doesn't have mother's name in her mouth.
Ooh. And Amber gets carried back to the villa by her man, like the queen.
The queen gets carried back to her castle.
Period.
And we will see her next season. We will see her next episode.
We need Mariah team to win.
Girl, there was a preview.
Girl, in the preview, more of this Jordan and Tori. I'm over it. Especially now that Nurys is gone. I don't give a fuck no more. Nurys was the funnest part about it. Now I don't give a damn. I'm sorry. I'm over it. 3 episodes in a row. And it's an hour and 30-minute episode.
And nothing, y'all, get this. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Jordan still don't want to. I'm sorry, Tori. You gotta let it go.
Every damn episode.
You have to let it go.
Not only, and it's crazy because Jordan, like, quite literally does not give a fuck.
And it's like, maybe this is what he was talking about. If Tori's mad, you gotta be mad because Jordan don't give a damn, but she is pressing him. You need to be mad.
He's gonna make him mad. Like, the fuck.
But
stop talking to me.
I do want to say real quick. I'm curious though, because if Mariah and them team lose again, how are they gonna do the elimination? Because it works with 4. The little pick one, the other people do the dagger. If it's only 3 boys, how are they gonna do it? It's gonna be interesting. I'm hoping they win this.
Maybe it's still the same. Maybe it's 2 daggers. One safe, one not. If you pick the safe one, you're safe. The other person has to go in elimination. They can do that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they will, but they can do that. That would suck.
Man, what
50% chance.
Hopefully the Ryan and them team just win. I
agree.
I'm ready for Fessy and them team to go ahead and get their loss in.
I don't care if Fessy go home, Nelson go home.
I don't care who go home.
I just don't want Olivia to go.
Well, she's not. It's not a girls' elimination round.
Oh, bye. I'm good. It's gonna be Chauncey. Oh God.
I mean, shit.
Well, did he do much?
It might be Chauncey. I feel like
did he do much?
Well, he can go. Honestly, the season can end. Amber will still be here, so he can go. I kind of want Fessy and Nelson to go ahead and go because it's like you've been stupid, so now it's time to reap the benefits of your stupidity.
I agree.
And Bananas not going. I'm not even gonna. That's just not gonna happen. Like,
all right, bye y'all.
Mwah.
Mwah. Toodles.